Ooh, all right. Mic check. More Than Masters podcast. I was made, of course. I'm back with another Thinking Out Loud. Man, this is 101. You know what I'm saying? Clap it up for me. Oh, wrong one. I got to change my clap button too. I'm not a crazy fan of my clap button right now. I want a better clap button, man. But More Than Masters podcast. I was made, of course, man. Shout out and foremost. First and foremost, shout out to all the supporters, listeners, everybody who shared the podcast, listen to the podcast, comment, talk to me about the podcast, give me ways to improve, ways to get better, things you like, things you dislike, man. Like I said, it's always about the core audience and what they want and what they like. And I try to keep it that way. So shout out to you guys. Last episode 100, which it just came out yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. So it's hard to really gauge, but the amount of feedback I did get from that is very overwhelming, to say the least so far, whether it's comments, whether it's messages, whether it's shares, likes, all that kind of stuff. Everything I put out so far from that, and I've got great feedback from it. You know, people like the vulnerability on there, which wasn't like something I went into wanting to do, but I did do it. So shout out to me for doing that. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely tough to do, but it definitely helped me with some things I want to do. I know one thing I'm gonna share with y'all now. One thing I do want to do is I want to do a eulogy for my dad, but I don't want to make everything about it. But I do want to do something for him like that way, and have it be heartfelt when I'm speaking. But that's tough to do because it's still tough to talk about. So I'm not there yet. But I do know that's something I have in the works that I've been thinking about doing. Maybe drop around his birthday, December 27th or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, man, it was dope to get that kind of feedback. 81 questions, 100 minutes is a long time for somebody to be talking and for you to pay attention to. You know, in college, I think we had classes that was like from 5 to 6:15. Now I got bored around 6:30. So imagine 100 minutes of somebody just speaking. You know, I definitely commend anybody that was able to get to it and listen to it. So shout out to y'all, man. Definitely, man. You know, so I'm happy I did the 100 episodes, so now I can move on. I feel like I got a lot of energy backed up in me, a lot of topics I want to discuss, talk about, a lot of things I couldn't talk about earlier that I want to talk about that I haven't been able to express and release. So now I'm able to release the things I want to release because I've been trying to wait and make the 100th episode special. I think I did too much to try to make it special. I went out of my I don't put myself in a box, but I went out of my way to make it too special when I could have just did it that way. So I apologize for that. So that's on me, man. But I want to start with some music, man. You know, and I've been trying to do things local, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've been trying to do things local. You know, I'm definitely big. I'm heavy on everything being local, heavy on supporting local businesses, heavy on supporting local talent, local arts. So I want to start with this. With that being said, I want to say, man, I want to start having episodes sponsored by local businesses. So hit me up. We can work out a number. We can work out a price, whatever the case may be, for me to support the business and you get support from my audience and things of that nature. So, but first and foremost, I want to start with DB Career Coaching. So whether you're on a job search or looking to move up with your current career, DB Career Coaching can help. They will work with you to identify your strengths and skills to help you achieve career goals, from resume building to interview prep. They will help you get the attention you deserve. To email them, it is db@info.dbcc.com. Again, it is db@info.dbcc.com. And I've seen their work, does amazing work. I've seen resumes they made. They made a resume for me. I've seen people get positions. I've seen them, how they looking for the job and what they send to you. And it's kind of curated around with what you know and what you have done and what you can do and what they put in their resume for you. So if you're looking for a job, looking for something new, you in your job, you like it, you don't like it, you want to move up in your job, you want to move away from your job, this is definitely a place to go. So once again, email db@info.dbcc.com. So thank you for sponsoring this episode of More Than Masters, Thinking Out Loud, okay? So shout out to her, shout out to the people over there. But listen, man, I definitely want to start with some music. I'm still trying to be on my local game, you know what I'm saying? So I want to start with some music. Let's start with More Than Masters podcast. Let's get it. Uh-huh. I like that. Oh. Give me Spanish vibes. It's a black guy. Shout out to Brody Hammond.
Look what I got.
Hey.
Wanna spend a couple hundreds on a watch. Money aroma get you one about them thoughts. It's time to celebrate cause I done did a lot.
Mic check.
I did a lot. Look what I got. Pretty young thing, yeah, the finger got a rock. I been that nigga, I ain't worried about who not. They can't maintain me, they saying I'm too high. I did a lot. Look what I got. Hotel room top. Only burn two, one ain't never been enough. You gotta speak truth, I don't want it if it's not. You get no conversation. I'm seeing so much money now, got me going crazy. Now everybody say they rockin' on the side with me. I done been broke plenty time, been far from the finish line, and I ain't never see you catch a ride with me. Certified CEO, my designer, this brand never seen no one finer. I come with a rich spirit, no aura, never cared about no jewelry. I shine without having no diamonds.
Mic check.
Don't ever say I'm lucky, it's timing. I deserve every rose that I get. My music is timeless. I'm ill-minded, I think it and jot it. Automatic mind like God thinking about it. Controlling my temper, y'all niggas cool. Well, nigga, I'm jipper. Ever since school, bitch, I've been a winner. Ever since school, you been a lit liquor. Please do not watch how I move. I ain't with that gas and I just cut you loose. The shit that I got really cost me a lot, but at times I might brag, but that's every blue moon. Like, look what I got. Wanna spend a couple hundreds on a watch.
Mic check.
Get you one of bottom thighs. It's time to celebrate, cause I done did a lot. Look what I got. Pretty young thing, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, what I like about this song a lot is the fact that he got the aesthetics in the back. You see him sing a little bit in the back. He's rapping real good. The flow is fire. It's the hook there. It's the chorus still. Like, it's fire. I like it.
I'm like the Wayne when I'm top, and I'm smoking ganja. I'm about to stank up the spot, and I ain't got no spray for the cops, and I still go to my hood if it's safe or it's not. But I done made a change for a lot. I may turn to a rich nigga who never would switch, but that's the type of shit to get him rapping shot. Big ass television that costs a lot. Never had no shit like this. I bet my papa house, so why I can't brag. Every time I do is making niggas mad. Sometimes it be my own ones, really make a nigga sad. But I gain a show and take a no, won't stop from getting better. No one stops, a nigga ever, never stop. A big stepper, do better. Cause nowadays I got a lot to lose, and my niggas know that, so they gon' shoot. I ain't gotta move.
Don't never say I don't support rappers. I hate rappers, but this song is fire.
Ever since school, bitch, I've been a winner. Ever since school, you been a lit liquor. Please do not watch how I move. I ain't with that gas and I just cut you loose. The shit that I got really cost me a lot, but at times I might brag, but that's every blue moon. Like, look what I got. Wanna spend a couple hundreds on a watch. Money aroma, get you one of bottom thighs. It's time to celebrate, cause I done
Mic check.
Look what I got.
Hey, that song is fire, man. That's Brody Hammons, man. Look what I got. That just came out. It's a project it's called Summer 17. It just came out like maybe a couple weeks ago. Really, really good project too. I'm not gonna lie, that's probably the best project I've heard. In not just Augusta, just this year. I heard a few good projects I like front to back. I haven't finished that whole project yet, but I got to like song 10. But all the songs are fire, so I've been kind of going backwards, and I listen to music the weird ways sometimes. So if it's a lot of songs, I listen to half the album, then the other half the album, which probably shouldn't do, but I do it anyway. But the first 9 songs, I love all the songs. Like, it's soulful, it's hyper, it's Spanish, it's English, it's gangster, it's spiritual. It's a lot of different, I think, lanes and avenues he tapped into. So definitely shout to him. I don't know him personally, but I definitely would like to do an episode with him. And I know, you know what? That's how I know I'm growing. Like, you know you growing when, like, and no disrespect to him, like, and he do his thing and his team and everything over there, but, you know, it's always political things going on. I don't care who you are or what you do. It's always political things going on. So sometimes somebody you're around, or somebody that's down with you, or somebody that's in your crew, entity, whatever, can always, like, stop something else from happening. Not personally, but just the fact that a person like me, I might not rock with XYZ. XYZ may rock with that person. So naturally, I'm the type of person, how I grew up, I don't rock with none of them. You know what I'm saying? So I know for me, I see growth knowing what I know and feeling how I feel about whoever, feeling people and stuff like that. That me playing a song and talking to him and actually having these conversations and even wanting to do an interview with him, I know I see growth for myself. I've been growing a lot in the past 8, 7, 9 months. I had no choice, and I had to change some behaviors, change some mindsets, my thought pattern change on some things. So definitely, man, I feel like I'm growing, and shout out to him again for Summer 17. That's a dope project. So if you got a chance to go listen to that, please do, man. It's a dope project, man. I want to start with something. I posted something today on Facebook, man, and I'm back in my Thinking Out Loud bag, so it's no rhyme or reason to what I'm talking about. But I posted something on Facebook today, and I don't know. People always say I'm starting trouble. I don't think I'm starting trouble. So I posted this. I shared this post. This is the post. I've been seeing this post get shared 24/7. I've been seeing this post get shared here, there. I see it everywhere. And I just feel like I know enough people to know that everybody shouldn't be sharing this post because it doesn't apply to them. Unless you just like the words in the post, cool, but it don't apply to you. The post reads, accidentally spent my life filling everyone else's cup. Time to fill my own. So I shared it and I said, I just want to say, hold on one second. Okay. So I shared it and I said, I just want to say it's no way all y'all think y'all been filling up everyone's cup, but I digress. I don't really see the problem with that, man. But apparently, me saying something is always a problem. I don't know. My mindset is this, right? I think if the amount of shit I've seen from this post, right? I think the idea is that people are thinking they're doing more than they're actually doing. And to me, that's bothersome. And I say that because a lot of times people think that they are filling everyone's cup, but really you the person that when you call somebody, they don't want to pick up because you constantly taking from somebody else's cup. You getting filled up. Pause. It sounds crazy me saying this. I gotta say different words. Y'all gotta excuse me. I ain't all the way there yet. I ain't that grown, okay? Let's start there. But, it's definitely something to be said when you call somebody or you call on somebody or you need somebody, they are reluctant to want to answer the phone, to want to hear what you got to say, talk to you or be around you because you may be the type of person that has to have their cup filled. So when I seen people sharing this, that I know, let's just use me for example, fuck it, right? If they call me, I'm like, whoa, what do they want? Because you're not a cup filler, all right? You are a person that will take all of the water in my cup, whatever is in my cup, water, sugar, peas, pods, I don't care. Whatever's in my cup, you're gonna take it. So I definitely felt like that was strange to see because I think naturally the people that are always filling up other people's cup, they didn't share that. 'Cause I think it's just something you just do. I don't think it's something you think about 24/7. I don't think it's something that you like look at like it's something that you doing it and you don't realize you're doing it until you weak most times or until you fall on times or on hard times or things backfire you and you realize how much you were doing. I seen a post today that said something like, sometimes you have to let people feel your absence to kind of, I guess, get your value or have them understand what your value was. And that's normally when people see that they have been rather filling up everyone's cup but their own when they absence or when they take a step back from something or they fail at something or people start to move funny and they not doing as much, but they realize, damn, you know what? I ain't doing as much of this no more because this happened or I'm not in this position no more or I'm not this person no more, but I'm not doing much of X, Y, Z, but now I got more energy to focus on me. I got more energy to focus on my kids. I got more energy to focus on the people that love me, that matter. And you start to realize, damn, I was doing so much for people that really, not that I wouldn't have done it anyway, but if the roles reverse and when the roles do reverse, they won't and haven't done that for me. That's normally when you start to see, okay, damn, I've been filling people's cup up too much. Especially when they say accidentally. Now, that's the big word there, accidentally, because sometimes people they fill somebody's cup up on purpose because they want something in the long run. It's an investment. It's not a genuine, let me fill your cup up, or not a genuine, let me look out for you. It's not a genuine, let me do this, let me do that. It's something to do because it means nothing, but in the long run, I want something back, or I'm going to gain from this somehow, some way, or this is where I'm going to use this to make you do this, or whatever the case may be. It's always something tied to it. It's never genuine where there's no strings attached. This is my thought process, mind you. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's when I see that post, that's why it kind of bothered me a little bit. I'm seeing people share, like, hold up. You don't be filling no cups up. You're the person that when you call, they are trying not to answer the phone. You are the person when they call, they are putting a top on their cup, so you can't take the motherfucker. You can't take from a person. But as people do, people will take from you until they can't take no more. And it sucks, but that's just the way of the world, man. I've so much has changed in the last 8, 9, 10 months, whatever. One of the things about the filling up cup thing is I've had to realize that, and I'm not mad at nobody, and I hope nobody's mad at me, but I had to really take a step back from things and people and things you're doing because of the lack of genuineness with people. Some people, at least for me, I can't speak on anybody else, but when, for a while, a long time, you've been in positions to change people's lives. And I mean change people's lives. I'm not saying you're a millionaire now. I'm not saying that, I don't know, you're going to buy a house tomorrow. I'm not saying that. Or you can buy a brand new car off the lot. I'm not saying that. But change people's lives is like, I may have changed your lifestyle. So maybe you was eating McDonald's here and there, but you kind of were bringing sandwiches to work, da 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 da. Well, change your life around. Boom, you might have got a different position, got another, now you're in a different tax bracket, and now you're going to have to eat at damn Longhorns and Applebee's or whatever on a regular basis, not just going there, but on a regular basis. That's what I mean, or you're able to do stuff for your siblings, your kids, whatever the case may be. You're able to do more. That's what I mean by change your lifestyle. I'm not saying I changed something where like it's totally gonna shock the world. No, but now you can do more for other people around you, and that's changing lifestyle. Because before you couldn't do it. But I feel like a lot of times you put people in those positions, and at the bare minimum, you just want something like, if anything were to happen, anything were to change, you wonder like, damn. You start to wonder, especially in retail, working in retail or working a job in general, you start to wonder like, okay, well, even if you don't classify people as friends, let's say you don't classify people as friends, and that's fine to not classify people as friends. Actually, I would recommend you don't classify people you work with as friends. But when you working 5 days a week with somebody, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, obviously you develop something there. If you don't want to call it a friendship, that's fine. It's a bond. It's some form of ship there. I don't know what to call it, but it's some relationship there. Anyway, and you would think, okay, somebody might be going through a hard time, whether they, I don't know, say somebody lose their job. Let's say lose their job. Let's say they leave, or they just leave the company, whatever. You wonder like, damn, like, was this just work? Was it just this? Because you might have been doing extra stuff. Once again, that filling cup up stuff, you might have been filling everybody's cup up thinking it's one thing, right? And then when your cup is damn near, you know how you sip the straw and there ain't no more left, so it's like, that's crazy to make that sound. Yo, take that out, I'm sorry. That was insane. But you know how when it's like that, like it's nothing in there no more. And you would think that when people see your cup that way, that at least they'll give you a little bit for times you help them. I ain't saying give me the same amount, because you might not even do that. I ain't saying give me the same amount, but damn, you see I'm dying of thirst over here. Like, check on it. You know what I'm saying? Are you okay? You need anything? It's just little small suggestions, little small things, thoughts, little small gestures matter. It go a long way, especially when somebody going through a hard time. And I think what people don't really realize is like, once somebody go through a hard time and they're able to get through that hard time without people that they thought would help them through the hard time or check on them through the hard time, you done created a monster now. And not because somebody wants to get you back, or not because somebody just felt like, oh, I'm going to do this now. It's never like that. But in the same breath, it's definitely one of them things where you like, okay, so now I know what it is. So in any event that, somebody else come back up or they get out of that hard time, because nobody stay down forever, but somebody get out that hard time, it's going to be super hard for you to reach out to that person. How you doing? Like once you let so much time go by, I feel like personally, my pride would get in the way of even asking how somebody doing. I feel like I got to apologize first. I have to send you a little apology before I even say how you doing, because damn, why it took so long to reach out to you. You know what I'm saying? That's all dependent if y'all relationship is really solid like it's supposed to be. Now, if you live in a fantasy world and y'all not really cool like that, that's different. But a lot of times, at least for my personal opinion, I seen something the other day, and that's what made me think about this, because it makes you question yourself. And I seen something the other day and I thought about it. I said, damn. It said it was something about leadership, and it wasn't necessarily saying like anything bad, but it was. Let me see if I can find it on my phone. Matter of fact, because it's important that I read that exactly how it said it, because I think I screenshotted it too. Screenshots. Okay, it says leaders become great not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower others. And that's what I mean when I say life change. I'm not saying like I paid your rent. I ain't saying I paid your car off, but I empowered you, at some point. And so maybe somebody needs empowering. Empowering is filling somebody's cup as well. You empower somebody when you give them water in their cup, or when you fill their cup up. You're empowering them. You're giving them energy, life, breath, movement. You're giving them something. And that's the same thing as far as I see. And I feel like it should be hand to hand. Like if I've given that to you, it's only right, that you give it back at some point. But the main thing I saw is, it says there's an employee out there who still thinks of you because you were kind to them. Never stop being that leader. And I thought about those two going hand in hand. Being that leader that no matter where you work, if you work in store 1, store 2, store 3, store 4, store 5, and they're all different businesses, right? Depending on the kind of leader you are, you're going to get them same kind of people every time. People that want to follow you when you leave. People that want to work up under you no matter what. People that just want to call you for advice, no matter, even if you're not with that company or that store no more. They need your advice because you have shown you're that kind of leader. You have shown, whether it's life skills, you have shown from them in your decision making and how you move and how you live and how you tackle a situation that you are somebody who is calm, cool, collected, smart. You make the right decisions. Your decision making is kind of, not saying impeccable, but it's just great. They like how you move. So they're going to call you and call on you. Like, that's the kind of people I've always had up under me, at least for me, makes my personal opinion. And I feel like, during this time of me having or needing whatever, I definitely feel like I've been right about a lot of people, but I've also been wrong about a lot of people. There's some people I feel like, damn, not saying that I want them to put their hand out and say, yo, Jermaine, you need anything? But just something small. How you doing? Hey, you been in my mind, been thinking about you, like, hey, everything going good with you? Asking me, are you okay? Just the little things that when they don't happen, you're like, damn, it really put things in perspective for you. And I went back to that post about filling people's glass up because, there's times you'll have an hour and 2 or hour and a half conversation with somebody. And really you are filling their cup up for this conversation. They get the phone saying like, yo, thank you for talking to me, man, because I was about to go crazy, what's up, boom, boom, boom. That same person won't even call and check on you and say, are you okay? Hey, you need anything? Hey, man, I heard, this, that, third, I'm praying for you. Hey, man, keep your head up. Hey, just thinking about, it's just the little things that people will not do that's free. It is insane. When you've been someone that has filled up cups for years, months, days, what they said, 40 days, 40 nights, Noah's Ark, all that kind of stuff, like, and you've been that person, you've had these 2-hour conversations. You done told people, hey, you know what? Pull up here. Let's walk. Let's do X, Y, Z. Let's do this. I'm going to show you this. You done went out your way to do things for people when they were in a time of need, when they were in a position where they might have, could have lost their job or they might have, lost their position in something, or they were struggling trying to overcome certain situations or certain people, whatever the case may be, and you reach out and you help and you go out your way, and it's like, damn, somebody like that can't even say, hey, how you doing? Hey, you been in my mind, what's going on? Instead, people ignore you. They'll, I don't know, I don't have this problem, but I'm just what I've seen. People ignore you, they'll block you, they'll unfriend you, they'll do all this stuff. They do a bunch of stuff instead of just being that person, like, yo, do you need anything? It ain't hard to ask. Like, and I've always been that person, even before I went through what I went through. Anytime when I worked with somebody and they got fired or they left, whatever, I always checked on them. I always kept a good open relationship with people because I always feel like you never know what people going through at all. Your life don't stop. So your life might not stop, but people's life stop. And I've always been somebody that's overly conscious of that. I've always been overly conscious of people around me whose life stopped. So I'll make sure I check on them. I don't care if I got to check. If it's every 2 weeks, it's still a thought. So they can't be like, oh, that person never checked on me. I remember before I became a salary member management, working where I worked at, and it was an older guy. He was gone for like 2 weeks. I said, yo, what happened to such and such? He was like, oh, he on leave. He had surgery or something like that. We don't know if he coming back, da-da-da. So I went in the system, found his number, called him, and just said, yo, hey, everything going, da-da-da. How you doing, blah, blah. You know what he told me? He was like, yo, I want to tell you, man, you're the only person from this store that has checked on me since I left. And to me, that meant the world because I wasn't doing it for that reason. I just did it because, damn, I worked with him for a couple months and I hadn't seen him in so long. I worked in a dismissed section now, but me not seeing him, it bothered me. Like, yo, what's up with him? So I called him, and it was free. It cost me nothing to call him and check on him and say, yo, I'm just making sure you're good, da-da-da. And he back working there, I think, now, whatever, but I seen him a couple times. But the fact of the matter is, that's how people will forget about you for real. Like, they don't care what you got going on. Your life stop. People's life don't stop. They keep going. They don't care. And then that's why when people share this post about and it wasn't no one person I saw. I saw it too many times, and me living in the world I'm living in, and y'all living in the world y'all living in, we all know if everybody doing this, if everybody's accidentally filling up people's cups, then none of us will have no problems. Because if you accidentally filling up people's cups and I'm around all these people, blah, 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 I'm around 5 motherfuckers, and everybody just accidentally filling up people's cups, we all should be good by accident. But it ain't the case, because it ain't the case. It's not the case. So that's why I post things like that. I'm not posting to start trouble or stir up drama or tell somebody you less than. I'm not saying that, but at the end of the day, you know, we gotta call a spade a spade. And the fact of the matter is, everybody's not out here accidentally filling up other people's cups and forgetting to fill up theirs. No, that's not what's happening. People are getting their cups filled, and when it's time to fill up somebody else's, they turn a blind eye. They're like, oh, what's going on? I don't really see that person. What's going on? How you doing? And they trying to make sure that their cup don't spill. That's the reality of things. The reality of it is there are people who are getting their cups filled daily and will not give nobody a squig of anything in their cup when it's time. And that's the reality of the world. And it's cool. You do what you do. You can't force somebody to want to be a good human being. You can't force somebody to want to care about you. You can't force somebody to want to do something. You can't force people to be good people. That's just what it is. Like, you can't force them. People are either going to be good or they're not. They're going to be bad or they're not. Like, it's no in between. You can't force it. You can't teach it sometimes. It's just if they take on, they're cool. They don't take it on, it's fine. It's just how it goes. Like, and it's nothing you can do about it. But really just sit back and be like, damn, you know what? I spent all that time doing X, Y, Z, and I never felt bad for it. Like, if I could do it all over again, I would do everything over again. Everything over again. The same exact way. Because one person's actions isn't ever going to determine my actions. You know, unless they put their hands on me, that's different. You hit me, I'm hitting you back. I don't give a fuck. But other than that, like, you know, as far as the whole pouring cup, being a good person, doing for others, coming through for others, I'm always coming through for people I feel I need to come through for. If that don't get reciprocated, so be it. Ain't nothing I can do. At that point, then I got to come through for myself. Because if I can come through for 20 other motherfuckers, if I can come through for everybody else, then I could damn sure come through for myself. So in that instance, I would have to fall back from coming through from everybody else and then focus on myself. And that's fine too. It's just, it can't be no jealousy and animosity behind it. I would just do it just because that's the right thing to do. So, you know, I ain't gonna hold you too long, but in closing, I do want to talk about this. I know I spoke about it briefly on my Thinking Out Loud 100, but, you know, I had spoke with, you know, Ben Hassan a couple times, and he was telling me about slowing down, right? And I want to leave with this message here because I've seen some things in the last 10 months. I went through some things in the last 10 months. I've had different opinions. I had different thoughts about what I should and shouldn't have done when I did things, whether it's for people, whether it's for myself, whether it's for family, whether it's for friends, regardless of the fact, right? And I think sometimes we will do so much for people, right? We'll do so much for people, and then we won't have the time, but we'll make the time. Like, we'll force ourselves to do this when we can really turn to somebody and say, hey, take care of this for me. But because of how we're wired, not only if you're a good person, because you could be a bad person and still wired this way, but if you're somebody who care about people, you care about coming through for people, you care about coming through for people that matter to you, right? Like, you'll break your neck trying to visit this person or see this person or do this for this person because you know how much it means to them, or trying to make sure you got enough money to loan this person, or you'll try to make sure that you can ration out your day to give this person a certain amount of time to go see them real quick, or just want to send this person flowers. You might want to just pop up and have lunch with this person. You might want to take that person to a destination because they don't have no car, so you dropping off somewhere, I'm going to come back, do this, boom, come back, pick you up, take you back there. We're doing so much, and you get so tired. You do so much, right? Well, I posed myself the question, like, okay, what happens when now you can no longer do? Like, what happens when you can no longer do it for nobody? What happens if you get tired and you have a car accident and your leg is out, your arm is out, something bad happens, even worse than that? You know, and I think these are things that we have to be cognizant about. And I think for so long, I was never cognizant about what I did for people. I feel I can go I'm the person that's going to push the envelope. I feel like I can go all day. I can wake up at 6 and take my kid to school, do this for you, go to work, bust my ass at work, have a lunch break, go do this for somebody, come back to work, come back, work, get off work, go ahead and pick my daughters up, do this for my moms, do that for my brother, go to studio, record an episode, edit it, go see my girl, go do this, go do that, and you just going. And it's all gas, no brakes. You ain't stopping. And then the next day, the same thing. The next day, same thing. Next day, same thing. And it's like, damn, at some point you're gonna get tired, right? Not only that, at some point you're gonna look back at these things you were doing. And if, God forbid, something happens to where you can't do these things or you can't do all of these things, when you could do it, is that even gonna be appreciated? One. So are people gonna appreciate when you could do it? Two, when you can't do no more, are people going to help you continue to keep up this thing you were doing? Or who's gonna help you do that? It's so many things I've been thinking about when I think about that. Cause like, for people like me that do a lot like on their own and then do for others, like whether you got a son, whether you got kids, whether you got moms you take care of, or family you take care of, or friends, or whatever you take care of. But if you're that person that people lean on, that it can be tiring. It's not tiring at first because it's the norm. It's normal. You're used to it. And when Ben used to call me and say, yo, I know you do a lot, man. Just I want you to take your time, I didn't understand what that meant. Take my time for what? My mom having a stroke kind of helped me because she was somebody who also was like, just on go all the time. So now she can't even go nowhere, right? And luckily, I'm a person that's always on go. So I can kind of do a lot. Her daughter, somebody can go on go. So he can do it. Her son, she had people that can help her. But everybody don't have that. Everybody not going to have that support system. And it's not even going to be as severe as a stroke. It could be something severe as you losing your job and not having no job now. Who going to help you then? Or who going to say, well, damn, you know what? You've been helping me this long. Let me look out for you. Lunch on me. Hey, let me look out for you. Yo, here's $25. Get you a haircut. Or let me look out for you. Get your kids something. I know you always did stuff for them. You probably ain't got it right now. Like, who's going to be doing that stuff? But everybody talking about filling up cups. I don't, you know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy. But I know when I ask this question, people don't have people in mind. When I'm asking this question about who's going to do this, right? When you think about all the stuff you do, and if something was, I'm not saying nothing bad had to happen, but something was to stop, your job lost, income not coming in, you got to focus on something else. It's a loved one that's hurting. You have to be there for that person. Who is going to step in to do all these things you were doing? Because you were doing abnormal things, like things inhumane. You were just making it work to fit whatever you had going on, fit your day. Who's going to do these things? And the reality of it is a lot of us don't have a lot of names to give up. The reason being is because everybody's not accidentally filling up everybody's cup. We got to stop that lie. This is not, it's not a true statement, bro. Like people aren't just filling up cups. It's not a thing. It's not happening. And I hate to be that person. I don't hate to be that person. I'm not gonna lie. I don't mind being that person, but it ain't happening. That's just the reality. It's not happening. But, when Ben told me that, and I really sat back, and as I sit back now, because I don't work 6 days like I was doing before. I was figuring out I was working 6 days. I'm having one day off to myself. I'm doing this for my kids. I'm doing this for the pod. I'm doing this for my friend. I'm giving my friend this money. I'm loaning out this money. I'm loaning out this money. I'm loaning out this money. I'm getting this money. I'm not getting it back. I'm not getting it back. I'm not getting it back. Still loaning out. I'll give you a ride. I got you. I'll come do that for you. Cool. You know what? You selling those? I buy. Let me support. Cool. You're doing all this stuff, right? All this stuff. Not for nothing in return. You're just doing it. It's just, it becomes a norm for you. You're doing it. You're a busybody at this point, right? When that train slows down, it's going to mess you up, like, because you're going to have all the time you was doing, all the time you had to do, is now time you got to reflect. And when you start to reflect, you start to build animosity sometimes, because when you realize the people you were doing it for, why you were doing it, which was, for me, it was all genuine, but why you were doing it. Oh, I just wanted to see people do well. I just want this person to succeed. I just want this person to have an easy time doing this. I just want this person to pass that. It's all positive. It's all genuine, right? And then when it's your turn, or when it should be your turn, or when you feel like because of all you've done, people should reach out, should call, should check, should pick the phone up, text, shoot you a message, it's not about money. I'm just saying shoot you some bread because it could be somebody else's situation. Check on the kids. Make sure you living right. When somebody should be doing all this stuff and they not, you start to build resentment at some point. So I'm saying all to say this though, like for anybody that's a busybody like myself, that's doing all these things, people, I'm not saying don't do it, never. But I am saying take a step back and think about all the things you're doing and ask yourself, like, if this shit stop tomorrow, like who can I rely on to fill my cup? Because the people that you name, that you think about, those are the people that you probably want to continue to do for. And if you can't say their name, I'm not saying don't do it for them, but just don't break your neck. Like it's okay to not break your neck sometimes, because the reality of it is when it's time for people to even not break their neck to help you, they're not gonna do it. They're not even gonna do that. Like when it's time for somebody to do something for you and it's not neck breaking work, they're still not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. You're not gonna hear from people. They're not gonna call you. They're not gonna check on you. They're gonna live their life. You're gonna live your life. And you'll continue to do for people. And they'll continue to take from people. So again, I just say that meme about people accidentally filling other people's cup up and it's time to fill their own. Don't believe it. People have been filling their own for a long time by calling you. or by calling you. Or by partnering with you. Or by telling you their problems. People do it all the time and they don't care. So I don't want to hear about this accident. Especially people, if I know you posted that, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna just put Cap on there. Cap, stop it. Stop it. You the person they didn't put the phone up for. Come on. I know your family. Everybody help you out. Stop it. And that's another thing. People, it be the people that really for real, like have a lot of help. And that's good to have help. They have a lot of help from people that love them. And they will act like they're the person filling up other people's cups. And that is insane. That is insane. But that's the way of the world though. Yeah, man, I wanted to get that off. I feel good now. I feel good that I'm able to, talk about these types of things. And if you got any topics you want me to talk about, I don't mind. Like, it's no topic really off limits. But obviously, there's some topics I'd rather not talk about because it's just like don't go with what I putting out there as far as my image, I try to talk about stuff that I feel like is too controversial because I don't argue with nobody, and I'm not a back and forth person like that. I'm the type of person to say you got it and you just win the argument. Hopefully, tomorrow is 4th of July, so it's just a regular day to me. But if you guys celebrate 4th of July, if you celebrate it, that's on you. Juneteenth was our day. Hopefully you celebrated that, Shout out to Juneteenth. If you celebrate Juneteenth, raise your hands, clap your hands. I know. But yeah, I'm not crazy about 4th of July. So if you celebrate that, cool. Once again, shout out to America for having their, Independence Day. But I put this podcast out. Get your own independence, man, from people. Get your own independence from what that song from Mary Mary? Is it Mary Mary? I don't know. Take the shackles off my feet so I could dance. My sister played that song. I just want to praise, but just want to praise. But for real, I definitely think that you got to take the shackles off of yourself from people that not because it's not reciprocated, not because it won't be reciprocated, but just because of the fact that you have to protect your energy. And the best way to protect your energy is to give it to people who will give it to you, in my opinion. I'm not saying because that person won't do for you, you can't do for that person. That's not what I'm saying. Do what you want to do and be a good person. If you can do it and you can help somebody, why not? Regardless of what they could do for you. But all I'm saying is think about the fact that if people even have the opportunity to help you, to do something, to call, say, are you okay? They got your number, it ain't changed. They got your socials, it ain't changed. They see people sharing your stuff. You out in public, they haven't reached out to you because they don't want to. They don't care. They don't want to. And I'm sad to say that if you ever find yourself in a position where, you have to protect your energy, definitely give your energy to people who, when you're low on energy, are going to give it back to you. That's the best way to protect it. It's not being stingy with it. It's not giving it out. I'm not saying that. But if you're going to give it out to people who are going to give it back when you in need. Not people who are going to just act like you don't exist. Because the reality of it is, that's what happens in the world more than anything. So more than somebody accidentally filling up your cup by mistake, like, fuck out of here. That don't happen. That doesn't happen. What really happens is people get their cup filled, and when you need your cup filled up, they distance themselves because they want to keep their water. They want to keep it inside their cup. And that's the reality of the situation. So, More Than Masters podcast. I might want to end another song. Do I want to? I think I do. I'm going to play one more song from my man. It's a good, if you like Look What I Got, let me know if you like that song. You know what I'm saying? He got some good records, man. I ain't going to lie to you. Got some great records. Let's go ahead and play True to Myself. Man, More Than Masters podcast, we out.
Take a shot. I got a shot glass.
Oh my God. True to Myself by Brody Hammonds off 717. It's on Apple Music right now. Go get that. If you like this shirt, let me know.
Don't let me stone. See the look in my face.
Mic
No,
check,
I ain't
mic check.
tryna talk. Big ol' gun on my waist. It modify how I walk. Smoke a lead to the face. The reaper smoke like it costs. Really take me to space. Like fuck the physics and law. But still this ambition got me self-driven. No automotive. And I'm moving so managed. Cause I was hell-given as a child, I told you. But I digress. I swallow my pride and stress. Cause my past won't leave my future. Might as well get it off my chest. And you know what's best? How my life has changed since I picked up that mic. I'm doing better with my time. I'm in the stew through the night. Could be fucking hoes like old times. I make they mans wanna fight. Yeah, I'm cheating death if I take a chance on my wife. But that's my honesty. You gotta love my modesty. You gotta love my vibe. Cause ain't no one live. And yeah, that's the God of me. Fuck it. I say the word. Here come yo girl, home girl, old girl, suck it. And I give them a hard time. But you know they love it. So I feel amazing. Well, what can I say? If you can live this life I live, I promise you feel the same. I try to keep myself severe. But really, how could you blame? Cause I came from nothing. Now they know my craft or notice my name. Still I stay true to myself. But I gotta battle all the time. If I said it, I don't fuck up, then I lie. But still I'm high. I'm looking down, but it all look the same. I'm looking down, still it all look the same. I'm looking down, why high, but still I'm scared of heights, but still I'm smoking. Sleep paralysis make you really scared at night. You lose your motion. A born sinner, a born winner, but had to lose to know it. I'm so heaven sent, but devilish. Whenever I lose my focus, but I love myself. I choose me at all times. So many say they love me. Truth be told, this shit was all lies. And I ain't gonna lie, whenever I'm sad, I don't really call God, cause he don't answer the phone. I get the click and maybe a down sound, so I talk to myself. That's the mission, and that's all times. Fuck a nigga who talking, he gets shot up with his mouth wide. That was out of line. Tried to get caught up with that gangster rap, but I had to rhyme. But still a gangster too, don't rap about it, but I still pap it down. I know I'm from Augusta, won't forget just where I came from. Niggas know they ain't dumb. About my life, I'm gonna bang some. Learning how to react, cause nowadays I gotta live. But if I die, I know my music gotta give. So I feel amazing. Well, what can I say? If you can live this life I live, I promise you feel the same. I try to keep myself severe, but really, how could you blame? Cause I came from nothing. Now they know my craft and notice my name. Still I stay true to myself.
Mic check, man. That song is fire, man. Shout out to Brody Hammonds, man. Dope artist, man. Once again, it's on Apple Music. You can get that. It's called Summer 17. It's Brody Hammonds. Mic check. More Than Masters podcast was made, of course, man. I'm back. Another Thinking Out Loud. This episode of Thinking Out Loud is sponsored by DB Career Coaching, okay? Whether you're on a job search or looking forward to moving up in your current career, DB Career Coaching can help. They will work with you to identify your strengths and skills to help you achieve your career goals. From resume building to interview prep, they will get you the attention you deserve. I've gotten a resume from this particular company. I want to say they do extraordinary resume work. It's impeccable. All right, so definitely make sure you get that. And I'm not just saying that. I really mean that. That's number one. Number two, if you're too scared to look for a job, you're too lazy, you're working the current job, working crazy hours, you can't look for a job that tailors you and fits you the best, holler at DB Career Coaching. They will do everything for you. Please email them at db@info.dbcc.com. Again, email them at db@info.dbcc.com. More Than Masters podcast, we out.